never ever memorize as you do for question answers. Do not memorize the points in the passage. Just read and understand. Do not try to memorize. Scanning is reading in detail. Skimming means reading just the headings and all. Okay. My best tip is read the questions first and then go to the passage. Paraphrasing should be done for a lengthy comprehension, not for the short paragraphs. Hello everyone, this is Shobita S. Aradhya, lecturer, Department of English, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, MYSURU, the Temple of Excellence. A warm welcome to you all. Today we are discussing about the reading comprehension. Definitely you might have done this in your school, in your +2 and now again in degree. What is reading comprehension? A paragraph or a passage will be given, which will be followed by few questions. You will have to answer those questions. Is it so simple? You feel it is simple, but there are some tricks to crack the answers and do not waste time on reading the passage. Those tricks I'll be teaching you today. So without any delay, let's start reading comprehension. So what we are going to study today are the tips and the tricks for hassle-free reading comprehension. I'll be giving you some tips and I'll be telling you some tricks to read the comprehension and comprehend it, then write. So, a reading comprehension can be time consuming. It may take more time. You may waste more time only for reading comprehension. In a question paper, weightage will be given to different aspects. Whereas if you spend more time on reading the passage itself, you will not get time to answer the other questions in the question paper. So, it can be more time consuming or energy draining. You need to read, understand, read the question, answer to that. So, it may drain your energy also. And also, it can be information intensive. There will be so many informations in the passage given. So, that information you have to remember. You have to pick them and remember and then answer to the questions. So, these all can happen with a comprehension or the passage given. So, what should you do not do? Or what are the things we should do and do not do? First, let me list out what we are not supposed to do. Do not overemphasize on trivialities. In a passage, there might be some points which are not significant or which are not important. Those are called as trivialities. So, do not emphasize on trivialities. Go on the points which are very important. How will you know that? I'll tell you the tricks even for that. Do not memorize. Never ever memorize as you do for question answers. Do not memorize the points in the passage. Just read and understand. Do not try to memorize. Oh, this is the word, like keywords. You do not try them to memorize. Do not read the passage first. See, this is the best tip I can give, that is, do not read the passage first. First read the questions and then go to the passage. Even to read the passage, there are some tricks which I'll be telling you later with the slides. But now let me tell you that do not read the passage first, but read the questions first. Then do not emphasize on vocabulary skills. So, don't take too stress on searching the words or thinking more in your mind about the meaning of the words. The meanings, many a times you will know the meaning of that particular word when you read the sentence. So, do not emphasize on vocabulary skills. Do not take up comprehensions that you can't comprehend first. So, if there are more than one passage, at that time, do not waste time on one passage which you find difficult or which is completely new to you. Some information which are given in the passage, if they are completely new to you, do not pick that first. Pick the one which is easier for you. It depends on individual knowledge. So, you see which is easy for you, that you pick first and then go for the other. This is only when you have more than one comprehension, more than one passages are there. At that time, you have to use this trick. Next, there are some strategies we need to follow. I've been telling since the video started that You have to follow some tricks, you have to follow some strategies. I'll be telling you. Now I am starting those. Previewing. What is previewing? Reviewing titles, section headings and photo captions to get a sense of the structure and content of a reading selection. I told you that do not pick the one which is difficult for you or which is new to you. How will you know that you don't know the information or you know more about that? That can be done if you read the section headings, the title of the passage if any is given, and also the section headings if the paragraphs have section headings. If each paragraph has a heading, if you read that first, you'll understand what is the topic. Or even the photo caption, if there is any caption, there is any photo and a caption for that. If you see what it is, you'll get an idea about the passage. What information is there in that passage will be known. So, you'll get the sense of the structure and content of the reading section. So, you'll know the structure also. So, how, what are the points considered in that, how the paragraphs are aligned and how the points are aligned, how the information goes on to the depth. All these you will know if you review the titles and if you read the section heads, then photo captions. This is known as previewing. Previewing. Before reading the passage, if you weave these headings, you will know what is previewing. Then predicting. What will you predict here? Using knowledge of the subject matter to make predictions about the content and vocabulary and check comprehension. Many times what happens, if a passage is given, you will be knowing about that, you will be having knowledge. Previously, you will be having knowledge about that comprehension. At that time, it will be easy for you. So, you can use that knowledge. When you read the title, you will be knowing. If it is about farmer, you will be knowing this is the problem of farmers. If under that title, if the subheadings are water problem or the supplies from the government, you will know what are the problems faced by the farmers, right? So, here predicting, you can predict, oh, this is about the problems faced by the farmers. Are there any solutions given? What could be the question? All these ideas you will get by predicting. Then using knowledge of the text type and purpose to make predictions about discourse structure, using knowledge about the author to make predictions about writing style, vocabulary and content. So, if you see the structure based on your knowledge, you can also know the idea of the author and also the predictions and the writing style of the author, vocabulary and content. So, this is based on the knowledge you particularly have in you. Okay. So, this is known as predicting. Next one, skimming and scanning. What is skimming? Usually, skimming means in general talks, if milk is boiled, the layer comes, the creamy layer what comes up on the surface of milk is known as, and if it is removed, that is known as skimming, right? So, from the boiling milk, the creamy layer on the surface is removed. That is known as skimming. Here, how the skimming is related to comprehension. And what is scanning? Scanning means going in detail. What does the scanning report tell you? That what are the problems inside your body, in your organs, right? So, scanning is reading in detail. Skimming means reading just the headings and all. Okay. So, using a quick survey of the text to get the main idea, identify text structure, confirm or question predictions. So, what can this help you? How can scanning and skimming help you? Skimming should be done first, then if necessary, scanning should be done with a passage. So, while skimming, what you'll do, you'll just see the heading, title of the passage, then the subheadings or the section headings what are given. This only will give you more idea. And if you want to know more about that paragraph, if you read the first and the second, hardly the second sentence, you will know what content is there in that paragraph. That is more than enough. Don't go on reading the whole paragraph. You do this first, that read the subheading or the section heading, then read the first line of the paragraph. That is enough. That will give you good idea about the structure of the paragraph and the main idea of that paragraph, what that particular paragraph is about, that you'll know, and also you'll know what kind of questions can be asked for that paragraph. Then guessing from the context. Using prior knowledge of the subject and the ideas in the text as clues to the meanings of unknown words. So what we are going to do here, so we'll use our prior knowledge of the subject. So whatever passage is given, we'll be having some knowledge about that subject. So that knowledge we'll use and the ideas in the text will be used. What ideas are given in that passage, in that text, that we need to use, and that we'll use as the clues. Okay, those will be the clues to the meanings of unknown words. Okay, so if there are any words which are unknown to us, which are completely new to us, this idea, previous knowledge of a person, then the clues given in the text will help us to know the meanings of the unknown words, and that will not stop you. So this knowledge what you have and the picking up the clues in the paragraph will help you to know the meanings of the words. So what you can do is, if you find such words, you can underline. Once when you are skimming, you can underline the keywords which you feel is important. If you underline it with a pencil, that is going to help you. Then paraphrasing. Stopping at the end of a section to check comprehension by restating the information and ideas in the text. So this when you'll do when you are scanning. So this paraphrasing can be done only when you are scanning the text. Scanning means you are reading the paragraph or reading the whole text in detail. Only at that time you'll do paraphrasing. So what you are going to do here is, you will stop at every one paragraph or the section and then make points of what important things were given in that paragraph. If you make points, that will help you to answer the questions. This paraphrasing should be done for a lengthy comprehension, not for the short paragraphs. So if the passage is too lengthy, only then you use this method, that is paraphrasing. Otherwise, paraphrasing is not at all required. Okay. So for short passages, if you just read the headings or first line of the paragraph, that will be more than enough. Then when you read the questions, what you have to do, if there are some true or false kind of questions or fill in the blanks kind of questions, just underline the keywords in the question and then based on that search for the clues given in the paragraph. Okay. So what you are going to do, you'll mark the keywords in the question. Based on that, you'll search the clues in the text. So there you'll get the answer. Many a times terms or the words used in the question will be used in the paragraph also. So if you pick that word, you can find the answer nearby to those words. So this is again the method of skimming. Okay. So these are the strategies which we need to work on when we are answering a reading comprehension. Next, what are the things we mainly have to do when we are reading a comprehension and we are supposed to answer the questions? Do not think the correct option would come from outside the passage. Means here, do not overthink. Many a times what we feel or we do is, we think, oh, this answer might not be in the passage. This is the general questions which I have to think and write. No, in reading comprehension, all the ideas, clues will be given in that paragraph. In such a way, the questions will be framed. So, do not think that the correct option for any question would be from outside the passage. Then, do not rely on trigger words. Some words will be there which will trigger you, which will make you feel that this is important term, or there will be something on this word only. The whole paragraph or the passage might be about this word only. Some words will be triggering. So, don't rely on triggering words. Just do the skimming method. Make notes if necessary. As I told you, if it is a lengthy passage, at that time, after every paragraph or after every section, you need to make notes of it, important terms to be written. That will help you to answer the questions. Then concentrate more on opening and closing paragraphs. If the passage is of 3 or 4 paragraphs, then concentrate more on opening and closing paragraphs. The middle paragraph will be some information or details about the information given in first and last paragraph. So, concentrate more on first and last paragraph. What about the other paragraphs? As I have already told you, read the first or second line, you will get the idea of the whole paragraph. That you must do. Don't think that if first and last paragraphs are read, you can answer the whole passage. No, you can't. You need to read at least first and second sentence to know what is there in each paragraph. Then constantly question while reading the passage. If you are following the scanning method, at that time you need to question yourself. Oh, is this important? Will this be questioned? Okay. So, my best tip is read the questions first and then go to the passage. If you read the questions already, that questions will be in your mind and you can search the answers very soon without wasting much time on the reading comprehension. So, these are the things which you have to follow when you are writing answers for reading comprehension. Hope you have understood this very well. Follow all the strategies: skimming, scanning, previewing, predicting, okay, paraphrasing. Think on the passage given, what strategy should be used for that, and based on your knowledge about the subject of the paragraph, write the answers. And for passages, never write lengthy answers or do not copy the whole paragraph as answer. It will be the keywords which you need to write as the answers. So, pick up the keywords and write that as answer. Usually, reading comprehension will have 1 mark question, hardly 2 mark questions. So, for that you need not write the whole paragraph. Do not copy the whole paragraph from the question paper to the answer paper. At that time, evaluator will find it very difficult to find the word and give you the marks. You may miss the marks there. So, be very careful when you are answering reading comprehension. Do not waste more time on reading comprehension. Sometimes if the subject is interesting or if the subject is completely new, you spend lot of time in reading the passage, then reading the question and again coming back to the passage, getting confused and reading the passage. This usually happens with the students while answering reading comprehension. I tell you, do not do all those. Follow all the tricks and strategies told you now. Okay. Hope you will do the best while you are answering the reading comprehension. Good luck. Thank you.